Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing, Thursday, 21st of March. Picked a bad day to come off first day training today with the mist and the cloud, but let's see what the magic weather says. Okay, right. So this is a synoptic as of last night, and you can see fundamentally we're stuck in a very slack, warm sector sort of air mass at the moment. There's not a lot of movement around here at all. So we're literally at the moment underneath this sort of damp air mass, and there's a weak cold front coming up behind. If I run it through to midday now, see that warm sector has sort of moved further into Europe, and we've still got the remnants of a bit of a cold front. It's a decaying cold front around the back here over us. It may or may not clear the clag we've got at the moment. There's going to be no rain on it, to my knowledge, anyway. But you see the pressure is reasonably high, 10, 24, and there's going to be quite a breeze. So I'm hopeful that we'll get a little bit of a clearance later on today. If I run through to tomorrow, this is tomorrow, a cold front coming through around about 12 o'clock. So there's going to be quite a significant change in the air tomorrow. Very, very windy up north, and we should be okay down south once that cold front's come through, because I think it's fairly active. And then running through to Saturday, we've got some nice northwesterlies, post cold front northwesterly. So depending on the strength of the wind, we'll have to see how that goes. The encouraging thing about today actually is the spot winds are indicating 20 knots at flying height. Now, I know we might not get there at the moment, but it does indicate that there's a chance that it will blow this sort of lower stuff away, which is encouraging. And the cloud that we have literally outside the moment, if I run it through, you can see this is the sort of warmer sector crud we're in at the moment. There's a bit of a gap, probably where that very, very weak cold front is coming through. And so there might be a flyable window after that if we can get rid of some of this lower cloud. Rain, there's going to be no rain affecting us today. The rain on the radar now is literally associated with the next front that's coming on its way later on tonight. And the actual rain forecast is showing, again, if I run it through the day, nothing in our area particularly. So we're not going to get rain, that's for sure. The local forecast is indicating overcast pretty well all day. It's indicating 8 knots from the southwest. It's going to be slightly more westerly than I think when we do get out. Temperatures only around about 10 to 12 degrees. Moderate or good visibility. That's clearly when everything is cleared. Max temperature today, they're indicating maybe even 15 degrees. So that's indicating we'll get some form of sun coming through the haze, and minimum temperatures around about dew points down at 8. If you're outside the window at the moment, this hasn't changed significantly. Lasham forecast that currently is indicating 9 degrees, dew point of 7.5, and the winds 5 knots from the southwesterly direction. Odium, I'll do another quick refresh. Odium is indicating very light winds from the west, scattered cloud at 200 feet, broken at 600 currently. And as I run through the forecast going forwards, few clouds at 1,000 feet, broken clouds at 1,400, scattered clouds at 2,200. So it may be that, and this actually is indicating from 9 o'clock onwards, well, that's not going to happen that fast, but it is indicating there is a 30%, 40% probability of some winch launching perhaps later on. If I go to Farnborough, it's not too different. 1 knot variable direction, and giving a forecast of 5 knots from the southwest, few clouds at 1,000, broken at 1,800, and between 9 and 10 visit 8,000 meters and 1,000-foot cloud. So it's going to be very marginal winch launchy sort of day, perhaps probably the best we get out of it. Top meteos indicating low cloud and fog for most of the day, actually. Down here, so if you look at where we are down the bottom and run it through, so this is now 11 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock, so there's a bit of a clearance down the bottom, but it's still indicating mist, and no real clearance here till perhaps gone 2 o'clock. And sky sight is pretty well just indicating overdevelopment pretty well throughout the day. It's 11 o'clock and running through. Okay, so yeah, pretty well overcast, pretty well most of the day, unfortunately, and no towns at all to affect us today in our area for certain. Okay, so then operationally, then when we do go out, we'll set up runway 27. There's a very slight southwesterly breeze. Launch point on the usual south side of the runway. Air tows, if we do any, will be from the north. There's no air experience flying today, so um, there'd be probably very little chance of any air tows because the cloud base will just be too low. Winds will be set up nicely on the south side and landing grass north or south as required. There's one movement today that I'm aware of. It's a Beach 200 departing at 2 o'clock, probably on an air test, and coming back at 3:30. So if we do set up, it'll be runway 27, light south, west southwesterly winds all day. We have the same two-seaters as yesterday. Single seaters, SH6, 2, 3, and 4. There are still two discs not booked at the moment, but I don't propose an avalanche of people coming down here in a hurry to fly today. We do have a full two-seater flying training list. It will be overcast most of the day. And of course, the simulator is, as ever, is available, and probably I would suggest it's probably used first thing. So I'm going to keep an eye on the weather. I will get the equipment out on runway 27 as and when I see a suitable clearance. I can't even see the windsock at the moment. But otherwise, I'll chat to you all a little bit throughout the day and hope to speak to you later or tomorrow. Bye-bye.